Different missions, when I speak they listen, couldn't find it so she fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you, I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up, kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait,
cook it up, gourmet, I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet, I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Looking to throw on second down. Pope, and incomplete.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Pope. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense, and the first drive they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
first down. Kaiser. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Slam. He's checking.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Kaiser from the gun on third. Caught by Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Motion. Mike 40, check.
From the gun, Pope. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 41, Kaiser. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there of 22.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Bears first down.
Check nickel.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15, being chased out left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll try to right side here with Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Steelers nothing.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pope nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Kaiser on 1st down. That's caught by Montgomery. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Kaiser going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. 1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss.
Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky. Shoot, shoot. Kill, 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 go.
On 2nd and 12, Kaiser. Complete. Smith has it. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Kaiser, this looks like a free play. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the Greek
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. To throw on 2nd down. Pope, he's going to launch. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, Pope buying time to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 58, boys. 58. 58. Who that?
Back to throw. Pope. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Following the interception, Kaiser. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
A 2nd down throw now for Kaiser. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. And that's caught by Smith. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Kaiser. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st.
57. Mike, 57. Check.
Kaiser yet again. He wants it all for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Watch time. Tight end right. We got three, fellas. We got 3.
First carry for James Conner. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken short. And some room to maneuver. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Chicago. That's an 83-yard kick return touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Well, a little risk, a little trickeration on that return, but hey, the payoff, a touchdown.
And because this is the NFL, no band on the field, no trombone guy getting trampled going into the end zone. But how about how they got it done and turned it into a touchdown?
And that's one of those things where if that's a fumble on a lateral, the coach is angry. But if it works and you get in the end zone, it's a pat on the back, right?
It's something you have to do. You got to try it, try and get it done, and make sure you give yourself every chance to find a way to score.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
58, Mike. Stay with your man.
To throw on 3rd down. Pope. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Hey, check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
3rd and short yardage. Kaiser. The open man is Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. They'll throw here. Kaiser. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
On 1st and 10, Pope. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd and 3. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 57 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
57 to Mike.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pope. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Mike 55. Go. Quick dash. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 4. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw on second down. Pump. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on third and long. Pope forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Ford is Mike. Go, Mike. Let's go one more. Hot seven, hot seven. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here.
On fourth down, Pope eluding, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. He's got Smith here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Check 26, check 26. Check.
From the gun, Kaiser. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Bang, 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 bang.
4th down, Kaiser. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. The intended receiver there, Allen. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, it's this ball game. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Pump. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Pope. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Throwing on 1st down, Pope. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Pope. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Second and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tackles. Zoom. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Hey, defense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pope. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check 3.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. He got 29 yards that time.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Kaiser here looking to throw it. And this is complete. It's Allen. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Kaiser, 3rd and goal. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Kaiser. This is caught.
Kaiser's pass complete to Taylor Gabriel. First and goal, Chicago.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they're throwing here. Kaiser to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
Pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the